Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, November 2nd, 2021. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. If there is one takeaway from today's DNB, it's that if you live in the city of Annapolis, go vote. Democrat, Republican, unaffiliated, third party, independent, it doesn't matter. You all can vote. You can vote in person at the polling place on your voter ID card, or you can drop off the paper ballot that was mailed to you in one of the drop boxes outside all of the polling places. I don't recommend dropping it in the mail. Just remember how well the post office handled last Christmas time. But do vote. We won't know the winners for another week because they need to wait for the post office to make their deliveries. So we won't know the answers probably until the 9th. All right, so enough about that. Let's get into the news, shall we? Actually, it's a pretty quiet news day, so that's good, I suppose. And it officially ended in Annapolis last night and was officially extended in Anne Arundel County last night. And I'm talking about outdoor dining. The restaurants in Annapolis that did not have sidewalk dining prior to the pandemic have taken their tents down to free up parking in the city. And there are exceptions at Market Space for Middleton's, McGarvey's, Iron Rooster, Fed House, and the Market House. But in the county, they are good to go until January of 2023. The council unanimously voted for it, and County Executive Pittman signed it virtually immediately after it passed. There's a new boss at the Chesapeake Bay Foundation, and after a year-long national search, they ended up hiring one of their interns from 1977 to lead the charge as the president and CEO. Hillary Harp Falk, who was previously with the National Wildlife Federation as their chief program officer, will start here in Annapolis on January 3rd when the current president and CEO, Will Baker, leaves. Falk is local and lives in town and obviously is very familiar with the Bay as well as the needs. Maryland Health Exchange opened up for the open enrollment period yesterday for 2022 coverage. Open enrollment is through January 15th, which is a little bit more than we had in years past. And this year they have some plans for younger people that will be as low as $1 a month. The income levels for subsidies have also increased, so there is a good chance it might be inexpensive for more people than not. We're trying to schedule a podcast with Michelle Eberly, who is the executive director, to explain all of the changes, and it looks like they're significant. But to get started, you want to head to marylandhealthconnection.gov and get underway. And again, Maryland is spelled out in that one. It's marylandhealthconnection.gov. Also opening up yesterday, tickets for the Military Bowl to be held here in Annapolis on December 27th. Tickets start at $40 and you can get them at militarybowl.org. And here, this is really cool. If you are off or can play hooky on Veterans Day, which is next Thursday, you want to stop by Heroes Pub in West Annapolis around noon. We're going to be there with the Bowl folks, Budweiser, to kick off the Who's Your Hero promotion. Lots of swag to be giving away. And if you sit there and tell us who your hero is, and you can write it down on a piece of paper, or if you're feeling brave, you can come actually on the podcast and tell us, you're going to be entered to win a great prize pack, including tickets to the bowl game. Noon on the 11th is when we're going to be recording, and I hope to see some of you out there. Remember, Heroes Pub in West Annapolis. They've got great wings. And finally, no trick here, but Severn Bank officially sold on Halloween and will now be absorbed into Shore United. This acquisition now positions Shore United with more than $3 billion in assets, and if they get a few more acquisitions, they may catch up with my assets. Yeah, right. But this does make them the third largest Maryland-based bank, and this is their first foray across the Bay. So I guess the sign makers, printers, and stationers will all be getting pretty busy in the days to come. And as we begin to wrap it up for today, let's get back into our Ticket Tuesday when we give away free tickets to shows at Ram's Head On Stage. Go check out their website at ramsheadonstage.com and see which of these shows might interest you. Donna the Buffalo, Crack the Sky, and this would be the matinee one, Hey 19, or Luna. I've got tickets to all of them, and just tweet at me telling me which one you may want to go see, and we'll randomly pick some folks to go to a show. And these are the good seats, and we are so thankful to the Ram's Head On Stage. They are always giving us these tickets to give away. And when you do go, please remember that you didn't pay for these tickets, so be generous when you tip your servers. All right, that's it for the news. But first, a quick thank you to the 4 sponsors for today's Daily News Brief: Solar Energy Services, the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long End Foster Company, Rehab to Perform, and Scott Gibson for Ward 2. And today we will be saying farewell to Scott, as the election will be over tomorrow. Remember, get out and vote if you are a city resident. All right, now hang tight. George Young is here from DCMDVA Weather with your locally forecast weather report. All of that in about a minute.
Hi, I'm Scott Gibson, candidate for Annapolis City Council in Ward 2. Did you know that the city has let 1 in 5 police positions go vacant this year? Think about that for a minute. That's 20%. I'm running for city council because I believe a $152 million budget should be enough to make the investments our community needs. We simply cannot continue to go back to the taxpayer time after time after time and ask for more, especially when our tax rates are already 35% higher than Anne Arundel County. If elected, I'll leverage my nearly 2 decades of experience running $100 million organizations to bring focus and efficiency to your city council, something I think has been lacking. To learn more or to contact me, please visit scott-gibson.com. Again, that's scott-gibson.com.
Paid for by Friends of Scott Gibson, Sandy Crozier, Treasurer. When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be, so you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Tuesday, November 2nd. Yesterday brought a nice start to the work and school week for the Annapolis region, but today will be a bit of a step backwards before several nice, albeit cool days ahead. Look for chilly highs today, only near 50 degrees, along with a few possible rain showers as a small frontal boundary moves through from the west and northwest, setting the stage for mostly sunny conditions the rest of the week and the weekend ahead, with highs only generally in the 50s each day, with AM lows each morning in the 40s, with some 30s in spots, especially as you go north and west of Annapolis. So we may see the first frost of the season in many parts of the county, and well north and west of Annapolis, especially north and west of I-95, we could see the first freeze this week. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DC MDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and also download our app from DC MDVA Weather in the Apple or Google app stores, so you can always stay weather informed.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster Company.
So maybe you've heard by now, the real estate market is hot. Actually, on fire might be a better term. And if you've been thinking about changing your address lately, but need to get your house market ready, here are a few simple tips to make your house shine. Clear the clutter. Basically making your house look like no one lives there when you still live there. Removing everything from kitchen and bathroom countertops is a great start. Give your house a deep clean. We're not just talking about a simple dust and vacuum. Think of this as detailing your house. Get into those hard-to-reach places, especially in the rooms buyers will focus on, like the kitchen and bathrooms, and power wash the outside walkways and decks. A fresh coat of paint can go a long way. Light gray and white trim is a safe choice. And finally, talk to us. The Kristi Neidhardt Team can help you find things you might not notice around your house that can make a huge difference in your sale price.
That's another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-295-6579 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services, with your Clean Energy Minute. Does your home experience power outages? Or maybe you're concerned about energy resilience in general? If so, that's another great reason to consider clean, quiet solar-powered energy with battery backup. You may have heard residential solar adoption has rapidly increased during the pandemic for multiple reasons, and many homeowners like yourself are adding battery backup and electric vehicle charging to their solar projects. And with Maryland's residential energy storage income tax credit, along with the federal tax credit for batteries when paired with solar, the economics are quite compelling, and that secure feeling is even better. So whether you're looking for clean energy, energy resilience, or overall peace of mind with solar energy, we can help. To schedule a free solar design, call us today at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net. But hurry, sunshine's a-wasting.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues. This is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at EyeOnAnnapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.